Our next guest is one of Chicago's most compelling singer-songwriters. His debut album, American Rough, released on Bloodshot Records, has been earning rave reviews for its cinematic songwriting, emotional honesty, and fresh take on Americana and country music. He's become a friend. I'm a huge fan. Please welcome Andrew Sadout, Chicago. Hey, Andrew.
Hey, how are you, Ellen?
I'm good. It's so good to have you with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. And hey, Kathy, good to see you.
Hi, Andrew. I'm so glad we could have you here. Man, you have been getting some raves for American Rough. It's got to be a real trip. What a ride you're on right now.
I feel endlessly blessed. Yes, I'm just so happy that it's resonating with people.
So, well, it's much deserved because, you know, ever since we saw you for the first time a few years ago, I was an instant fan, and I told you so that night, of course, right away. And I'm just wondering what this is like original songs, right? So you're right. I didn't realize you were a writer when I first saw you perform. Did you always perform original tunes, or is this kind of a new path for you?
It's definitely not new. You know, I was always an interpreter, and in my education background is mostly in theater, which again is an interpreter. You know, and so to be the source of the material, I really had to train for that. I really had to take some songwriting classes at the Old Town School of Folk Music, and it's been a long time coming. I've been writing songs on and off since I was 18. So this is the first batch with a lot of good help from some other songwriters that I felt was worthy of putting down on plastic, as I've been saying.
So what does it feel like to finally have these songs out in the world? It's got to feel very vulnerable in a way.
Oh yeah, you know, that's actually a comfortable part of it for me. You know, I find a lot of comfort being vulnerable. I know you can probably recognize that when I'm on stage. The thing that I'm the most excited about is that I've just been working on them for so long. You know, it's more just there's been this anticipation of, oh, we've been sitting on this, like, is this gonna resonate? And again, I'm just so happy that it is.
It obviously, as Kathy mentioned, you're getting rave reviews. The title American Rough, it's very evocative. I mean, what does American Rough mean to you? Why was that the title that you chose?
You know, this character, American Rough character, or few characters, are the others that I'm singing these love songs, these devotionals to. I was reading a lot of poetry when I started writing this record, and American Rough came to me from reading the Calamus poems by Walt Whitman in his collection In Leaves of Grass, which these Calamus poems are very much about like the manly, masculine affection between two men. And, you know, rough, the word rough comes in my mind from like, in gay culture, there's something called rough trade, which is like a hookup who's likely maybe still in the closet, maybe blue collar worker. And in English culture, in the 30s, I read that Quentin Crisp referred to the guys who were maybe homophobic as the roughs, and that it's kind of like a Shakespearean "thou dost protest too much, methinks" kind of a vibe there. But yeah, it was meant to be evocative. I wasn't sure that that was going to be the title, but my collaborator, H.C. McIntyre, when I had presented that song to her, she said, oh, I think this is the title right here. So
it makes sense, especially the way, you know, how you're explaining it. It's obviously, you know, deeply personal and relatable. Were some of the songs more difficult or actually liberating, either or both, to write?
Oh yeah, every song was liberating to write. They never felt difficult. In fact, I think that's a testament to my collaborators,
Hmm.
or our trust in each other, and each other's taste. It's really incredible to not be the one responsible for every part of the equation. Like, to
Hmm.
be able to work with others and lean on their strengths when I'm not feeling strong, or when everyone agrees on something, this is the thing to do. So I hope that answers your
Yeah,
question. But
it does. And you say others. How did you assemble the musicians and the collaborators that you used? Who else is on the record with you?
well, for the writers, it's me, H.C. McIntyre, and Liam Kazar.
Oh,
Liam
Liam.
Kazar,
He's
oh
great.
yeah, Liam, yeah, what a Chicago legend. Now he's living in Brooklyn, but he wrote the song Under You for me for this record.
Mm.
And then he and I worked on this song on the record called Gorgeous Things. And then Heather HC, I met by chance. We were both interviewed for a No Depression article back in during lockdown in the pandemic, and I saw her photo, her name, HC McIntyre. I thought, oh my God, is she related to Reba?
Yeah.
Turns out she's not.
Oh, darn.
But
We like Reba.
oh my gosh, my mom modeled her
Oh,
whole life after Reba.
oh, wow.
But HC, I listened to her music and I thought, oh my God, another queer alt country songwriter whose poetry, her voice and her poetry, I was just so taken with. And so Sully, my manager, said we should ask her to produce the record, and the rest was history.
Okay.
But she put together the backing band, a lot of the backing band for the record. We recorded it down in North Carolina where she lives.
Hmm.
And I brought Spencer Tweedy, who's been a good friend, to play drums on the record.
We love Spencer. He's
Oh, who doesn't?
he's
What a
great.
He's been on
sweetie.
this
He's
show.
been on the show with us. I know Sue very well. I've known her for years, his mom. And I always, when I see her, I'm like, you raised some fantastic boys there. I mean, really, Sammy and Spencer's just such a lovely, not only is he talented, but he's just a really special person. And I know you know that.
Yes, and so sweet and supportive and generous, and that whole family, they're all so sweet and supportive. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, that was our crew.
Good crew. Good crew.
Out Chicago and Ellen and me both have been huge supporters of you because we just love you and we think you're amazing, but also because you are a, queer country artist. You really represent. But it feels like with this record, you're going to be able to move beyond some of those labels. And how do you feel like listeners are connecting to this record regardless of their background, regardless if they're in our community or not?
Well, I mean, that's a really good question. I definitely come from a position of tenderness and love, and as I mentioned earlier, a lot of these songs are devotionals. Like they put me in a position of less power, and I think that a lot of people there isn't a lot of that kind of music out there. There's a lot of posturing and there's a lot of bravado, and as I've often said, I probably can't say that word on the radio.
Yes.
What I'll say,
Very good. Thank you, Andrew.
what I will say is that I'm a sweet guy. I'm a
Yeah.
tender guy, and I can't tell you how many straight guys have embraced me after a show and thanked me for offering that perspective and position
How,
as a songwriter.
how can they not? How can they not? One of the standout tracks is Lavender Cowboy, and I know that honors your mentor, Patrick Haggerty of Lavender Country. Can you tell us a little bit about the relationship with Patrick and how he influenced both your music and your life?
Yes, absolutely. Talk about tenderness. What a tender soul, Patrick Haggerty. He came into my life in 2018. I was asked to open for him at the Hideout, and I had never heard of him or his music. And it was getting this resurgence after many years of being forgotten. His record written in the 70s. And I was just so taken by this little gay grandpa, you know, on the stage, cowboy grandpa. I mean, he was, you know, we don't have a lot of that generation.
Right.
And now he's no longer with us.
Oh,
But
yeah.
for the time that we shared together, he gave me, as I like to say, permission to return to country music. I'd always loved country music. I was raised on country music, but for so long I didn't see myself represented in it, and so I left it in search of other things like Rufus Wainwright and Elton John and Freddie Mercury and the like, Katie Lang and but Patrick, he, like I said, he really he opened the door for me to revisit country music, and I've been so grateful for that.
And you honor him on the record, as we said, with the tune "Lavender Cowboy."
Do you think there's one? Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
I wondered if there is one song on the record that best represents you. If we were to say you have to listen to this record, what is the one song that sort of sums up who you are?
Can I give you two songs?
Of
Yes,
course.
we'll let you.
Okay. Because I've been getting a lot of feedback from other people that the song You Turned Me On is very representative of my theater background and love of cabaret, entertainment and lounge singing and so forth. And so I have to, not to mention it was inspired by the Nina Simone song Turn Me On, which I had jokingly said to my partner, hey, I wish I'd have written this song. What a simple, brilliant song. He said, write your own. And so I wrote You Turned Me On. But I think personally the song Your Whisper is the one that really, it adequately presents my love for poetic lyricism, and the textures of the song, the saxophone solo. I mean, I just feel like it blends so many elements of what I love about music and what I want to bring to the world.
Well, we're so excited about this album for you, and we're so excited for other people to hear it. Is there someplace live that you're going to be playing soon? I follow you on social media, so I've seen you've been around quite a bit. Is there any upcoming shows we should know about?
There is going to be a Chicago show on the horizon. I can't say when, maybe in the beginning of the new year. I have a lot of out-of-town gigs that I'm going to be playing for the rest of the year so far. But of course, I know you attend Lonesome Holiday. There will definitely be Lonesome Holiday at the Hideout, second and third week of December.
And I see, I'm looking at my screen that says aren't you playing at Judson and Moore this Friday?
Oh my goodness, I totally forgot. Yes, I'm going to be playing.
Good.
Oh gosh, I'm going to be
okay.
playing two songs at a really cool brand new show called By and By, which is presented by my friend Olivia Love, who is another queer country artist. Her band is called Olivia and the Lovers. And the show is called By and By. It's about presenting songs to be inducted into the Queer Country Songbook. We're like starting that collection.
Fantastic. I love that. And that's at Judson and Moore. It's a cool venue, 8 p.m. on Friday, the 24th. Andrew, it has been our pleasure to have you on with us. We love what you do. you know, he's a big Joni Mitchell fan, like Kathy and I are,
Amazing.
and we bonded over that. I want him to do a whole album of Joni Mitchell covers one of these days. So I thank. Come, I know you'll do it. We have time. We have
Quite
time.
a feat.
I know you, if anybody can do it, you can put your own spin on it. But we really appreciate it, and we look forward to so many more great things coming from you. The album again, American Rough, on Bloodshot Records. Get it wherever records are sold, and we really appreciate you, and I'm wishing you all the best.
Love you, Andrew. Good luck.
Love you too, both of you.
Thanks.
Have a good day.
Thanks, Andrew.